Hey, Pastor Kent Duncan here with just what I hope will be another word of encouragement with regard to our 40 days for prayer and fasting that will continue now through February the 18th, Saturday the 18th. I trust that you are spending some time at least in extra prayer, fasting, laying aside a meal or two, or perhaps for a day or two or longer as the Lord directs, for some intense time of seeking the Lord and fellowship with the Lord. And I was thinking today about a section of Scripture in Acts chapter 13 that gives us a pattern and a valid reason for fasting as a church together. A lot of times we think of fasting as a private matter, and Jesus certainly warns us that our fasting cannot be done for ostentatious reasons, that we don't fast to be seen, that if we fast to be seen, we've received our reward already. But to call a corporate fast is also in keeping with the example of the New Testament church. Acts chapter 13, the church at Antioch. And it says specifically that while they were fasting and praying, it was during a season of corporate fasting and praying that God spoke to their hearts and told them to set apart Barnabas and Saul for the work to which the Lord had called them. And then the Bible interestingly says, well, after more fasting and prayer, then they laid their hands on them and sent them out. Now, the result of that, of course, are the great missionary journeys of the book of Acts. And Saul rises to prominence. We know him better as the Apostle Paul, begins not only to serve on these missionary journeys, but to lead them. 3 great missionary journeys, and ultimately the transformation of the then known world as the Christian faith and this message of the resurrected Christ spreads. And I just say to you that then from this example, there are reasons to believe that at a time of corporate fasting, the Lord can speak to us and the Lord can drop in our hearts as a fellowship, as a church, things we wouldn't otherwise perceive, things we might not otherwise recognize or know or hear from Him, and can reveal to us steps forward and directions we ought to take. And who knows how far the Lord takes that and what kind of transformation He longs to bring about. So if I could encourage you, we're over halfway through the 40 days now, but we've still got a ways to go. Hang in there, finish what you've started as the Lord directs, continue to fast, continue to pray, and among other things, let's be open together as His people for Him to speak revelation truth into our hearts. 40 days for prayer and fasting going now through February 18th. God bless you.